Hi everybody. I know it's not Friday. I know, I know. But quite frankly, not a lot has happened. As you can, excuse me, he's getting comfortable. As you can probably know, there's not really much to talk about. The biggest thing that I found to talk about in comic books is the fact that DC Comics is cancelling 6 of their comics in May. We're going to be losing Deathstroke, Fury of Firestorm, Savage Hawkman, Ravagers, Sword of Sorcery, and Team 7. Uh, I don't know if that's going to affect anybody, if anybody's actually reading those comics out there. Uh, I'm a bit disappointed to see Sword of Sorcery go. It was probably one of the better comics that was being made from the last wave. But then saying that, it being given a $3.99 cover, and these, unless it's a Batman comic or a Superman comic, the $3.99 comics don't, or Justice League comic, the $3.99 comics don't really sell that well. If you look at comics like GI Combat, Men of War, uh, I suppose All Star Western's not doing too bad, but I think they're keeping that in more for the diversity of stories than anything else. Plus, it seems on that one that they're building up to a big Eclipso reveal of some kind. So yeah, what's your thoughts on that? If you were buying any of these comics, are you sad to see them go? Were you thinking of possibly picking any of them up, or not? Not interested now, or were you just never interested at all in them? Comment section down below. There will be at least 2 comics that already they've already said will be coming out to fill in the gaps for the 6 that are gone. One is Green Team, which is by Art Baltazar and Franco, with art by Ig Guara, and that's going to be about a group of teenage trillionaires that finance crazy inventions and all that sort of stuff. And there's also another one called The Movement by Gail Simone and Freddie Williams III, which is supposed to be a comic about a group a bit like the Occupy people that were around the world a couple of years ago, or a year ago or so ago, and also a bit like this internet group. What's their name? I had their name a minute ago. I completely forgot what it was now. Yeah, the ones that wear the Guy Fawkes mask and that, and they're on the internet and they're hacking into things and that. I keep on thinking of their name and then it goes, but I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, so The Movement is supposed to be a bit like that. They are advertising it as the 1% versus the 99%. Personally, it's not anything really that's interesting me that's being brought out by DC at the moment. Do any of these 2 comics interest you guys? Do you think that the Green Team are going to make DC money, or the Movement are going to have DC going in the right direction? Or do you think that the Green Team sounds a bit mouldy and the Movement sounds a bit too much like a laxative name? Comments down below, if you will. Still with DC, because it seems like DC Comics is the only company that's actually doing anything at the moment. Justice League of America's Vibe. It hasn't come out yet, and already, as of issue 4, there will be a writer's change. We have got Andrew Kreisberg, who is a showrunner on the TV series Arrow. He will be leaving the writing chores as of issue 3, and from issue 4 we have Sterling Gates, he who wrote the acclaim, is that word, that's that the word I'm looking for, acclaimed, for the Hawk and Dove series. No, that's not the word I'm looking for, but I think I can actually say the word. But he was the one who wrote the Hawk and Dove series that had Rob Liefeld as artist in that and got cancelled after issue 8. What do you think of DC's complete loss of control with their creative teams? Do you think that it's a good thing that they changed the writer even before the comic even had its first issue come out on the stands. Do you think that DC Comics are grasping at straws and floundering in a sea of bigger companies doing better comics? Comment section down below. Love to hear what you think about that. That's about it really for the comic books. Movie wise, there's big rumors about the fact that the Justice League movie has had its script rewritten, or the original script for it has just been completely chucked out, and they're looking for somebody else to write a new script for it. And as well as that, on the Star Wars front, we all know that Disney bought Star Wars and they're making new Star Wars movie. There are going to be several Star Wars, or allegedly several Star Wars spin-off movies coming out. One of them is supposed to be a Boba Fett movie. One of them is supposed to be a Han Solo movie, or young Han Solo movie. What do you think of this? Do we really need to see movies of the original cast of the Star Wars movies? Do we want to see them? Are you excited to what Disney and Lucasfilm has got planned for the new Star Wars movies coming out? Are you just hoping that Disney doesn't screw it up for you, or do you think that Disney will do great things with the Star Wars universe? Comment section down below. I do have a couple of people that I think you should all go to see. We have got Captain Brad 100. How's it going, man? I hope you're well. He's literally started a few weeks ago. He's only got a few videos up, but he is doing some really good video reviews on comics that are coming out at the moment. So if you want to go and check his stuff out, really cool guy. And we also have GeekedOutSim, who I've seen a few of his videos. He's been doing it for some time now, from what I've seen. And I've seen a few of his videos. At the moment, he's got quite a few contests up for DVDs and Blu-rays and computer games, and there's one as well that he's doing for comics. So yeah, go over there and check him out as well. And finally, I have two comics to review for you. Yes, two comics to review. One is from DC Comics, and the other is from Marvel. I know, no independents this week, but the one that really caught my eye from DC Comics this week, or from from a couple of weeks ago, if you get my drift, was actually Before Watchmen comic. I know I've not. Before Watchmen has been one of those groups of comics that I didn't think was going to really be needed. I didn't think was going to be any good. Some of them have been okay. Some of them have been better than I thought they were going to be, and some of them have just been amazing. This one is one of those ones that fits into the better than I thought they were going to be, and the amazing group. It's Before Watchmen Dollar Bill #1. There you go. This follows the origin and the sad demise, really, of the hero in the Watchmen universe, Dollar Bill. I don't want to spoil it for anybody out there, but I suppose in a way it was one of those ones that it wasn't one of those characters that really interested me, because in the original Watchmen series he was only mentioned quite fleetingly, really. That there wasn't really much of the character involved in the series, but this padded him, considering that he wasn't a character that was touched upon much in the original series. This padded him out pretty well, and I tell you what it reminded me of, in the Captain America movie. In the Captain America movie, where you had Captain America doing all the propaganda stuff because he wasn't allowed to go out into the field because he was basically an untested weapon. This is sort of like the complete reverse of that. This is a guy who has no superpowers, no special training, no weapons or anything like that. He's just an actor who did propaganda, or did some what's the word I'm looking for? he basically did the TV the cinema movies, or serials and that, and he ended up becoming a superhero in a sense through that. If you've read the original Watchmen series, you'll know what happens to Dollar Bill in the end. But this was actually a really interesting read, and I'm quite surprised, to tell you the truth. They sprung it. I think they sprung it on us really, because originally there was only supposed to be the core miniseries, the Rorschach, Comedian, Doctor Manhattan, Silk Spectre, Minutemen, Night Owl miniseries, and then they had the Moloch 2-issue miniseries. Then this, and considering it was a surprise that it come out, and I wasn't expecting it. I don't know if anybody else was. This was a pretty good comic, pretty good story to come out of the whole Before Watchmen series. I'm probably going to wait until they all finish to read them properly and sit down and properly read them, and then I will see how it goes, and I will probably give my actual thoughts on each. Sorry, not my drink over. Each individual series as it is. But yeah, as far as this goes, it was a pretty cool comic to read. So there you go, DC. You're not completely useless after all. And we have the Marvel comic, and I think I can hear some people going, "Oh my god, not that." But I thought this was really good. I thought it was really funny. Obviously, possibly not towards everybody's taste, but I thought it was a really good read, and it is Deadpool Illustrated #1. This follows straight on from Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, which I have not read. I shall admit that. I'm going to be having to see if I can pick that miniseries up pretty sharpish, so I know what's going on. But from what I understand, in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, he realizes that the Marvel Universe is just a comic book. It is a fictional universe where everybody in it isn't real, and they all basically dance to the tune of the puppet masters that write the stories for them in this world. This continues from that. He is sent into the realms of well-known fictional stories. In this one, we have him being sent to the shores of Moby Dick, and what were the other ones he goes to? Don Quixote as well, which was quite a very quick but funny funny endeavour into that story. What else is there? He, from what I can tell, in the next issue, he goes to, I don't want to say meet, because that sounds a bit too boring. He goes to completely destroy the universe of Sherlock Holmes. I can only think of one other comic book character, that could possibly get away with doing this, and not get away with doing it as in the amount of violence that's in this, and that would be DC's Ambush Bug. Deadpool is Marvel's version of Ambush Bug in this, really. He knows that where he's going isn't real. He knows that what he's doing, well, he thinks that he knows what he's doing isn't having any effect on anybody. As far as we know, it's not. But there's usually a twist to these stories and that. So yeah, I'm parental advisory, not for kids, on there. I would have to go along with that. Definitely. If you're looking for a literary masterpiece, something that, especially if you're going to be doing any history, literature, you know, schoolwork in that, this definitely isn't what you want to look for. It is just pure madness, violence, and silliness, and that's what makes this comic a really good comic to read. And I'm definitely looking forward to issue 2. I've also seen as well, this has been going for silly money on the internet. Another one that's been just people. I don't know if it's because people haven't really picked it up or picked up on it, but it's been going for very silly money on the internet for this comic. Extremely silly money. But there you go. So there you go. Another comic book review that's less than 20 minutes long. Seriously, there has been no big news at all other than what DC's doing with the 6 comics and what Disney and Lucasfilm's doing with the possible Star Wars spin-offs. It's been a very quiet week. Hopefully next week is going to be when they start bringing out the solicitations for May. So with any luck, it might be a bit longer. You never know. So that's it for this week. Again, I apologise. It's only 16, but well, it's under 20 minutes long, this one. So I apologise. Hopefully, I'll last longer next time. I don't know. Thank you for watching. If you want to comment on any, or you have a comment on any of the topics that I've touched upon in this video, please feel free to comment down below. Love to hear from you. I know people have been commenting on my videos in the past and I haven't been commenting back. Honestly, I do read them. I do read your comments, but the real world gets in the way of me having fun, really. I will comment back to you if I get a chance to, honestly, so please comment on my videos. I do love reading all your comments. If you don't agree with anything that I said in this video, or you just don't like the video whatsoever, then feel free to thumbs it down. But as I always say why you thumbs it down. Don't just thumbs it down and run off and out, otherwise I'll send Deadpool after you. Yeah. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Remember to love the comics that you read and enjoy them. And it leaves me only to say ta-ta for now. Ta-ta for now.